Want to stay out of trouble while promoting products on YouTube? Well, by the end of this video, I'm going to share with you where and how to add an affiliate disclaimer so you can protect your YouTube channel. My name is Rakeem Madison. Let's get into the content. All right, so I created a Google Doc that breaks down everything that you need to know about affiliate disclaimers on YouTube, all right? So make sure you pay close attention because this is some important information, all right? All right, so let's go down to the first thing. So the most important thing is you have to be clear and conspicuous, all right? So what does that mean? So if you look right here, it says easy to notice. So your disclosure must be easy to notice and read, not hidden. And then if you go over here to this one, it says close to the affiliate link. So the disclosure should be placed close to the affiliate link or the product mentioned. So what does that actually mean? That means that if you have your link, your affiliate link up at the top of the description, your disclosure needs to be right next to it. Because I see sometimes what people will do is they'll have the affiliate link way up at the top of the description and then they'll slide the disclosure way down at the bottom. That's incorrect according to the people who created the laws, which were the FTC. Right? So that's one fix, just to kind of simplify what they're really saying. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the next thing. So number two is the timing of the disclosure. So some people, they try to get it out of the way. So as soon as the video starts, boom, they'll put it right there. But the thing is, there's also repeated disclosures. So let's say they put it at the beginning of it, right? And then they get later on in the video and then they do a call to action for the product again. Most people don't know, but you have to actually repeat the disclosure with your CTA. Right? And you can find all of this information. I'm about to take you over to an article and I'll link that article down below in the description. And I highly recommend that you read it because if you're out here doing any type of marketing, promoting links or anything like that, it's very, very important that you do it correctly because it could cost you quite a bit of money. Okay? All right, so let's continue. So the next thing is simple and clear language. So I pretty much already talked about being clear, but what are they talking about in particular? So if you look right here, it says use straightforward language like I get commissions for purchases made through links in this video, or I'm partnered with XYZ brand. That shows them that there's a financial relationship there. And then if you buy through my link, I may earn a commission. So you want to avoid vague terms. So you can see what they say here. It says affiliate link that viewers might not understand, right? So some people aren't affiliate marketers, so they're not going to understand the language of if you say go ahead and click the affiliate link down below, that might not necessarily work for your audience. But for somebody like me who talks to content creators, affiliate marketers, even some business owners, like they know what it means, right? So you just have to be very, very clear. And then what I did is I created an example. So you can see right here, it says some of the links in this video are affiliate links, meaning if you click through and make a purchase, I may earn a commission at no extra cost to you. So does that fall in line with what the FTC wants? Absolutely it does, because it's clear and it's speaking to whoever it is that I'm trying to speak to. All right, so let me take you over here to this article. So this is actually coming from the horse's mouth. This is the Federal Trade Commission's official website. So you can see up here it says ftc.gov, and then literally in this entire article they go over everything you would need to know about advertising, marketing, YouTube stuff, promoting links, all of that stuff. And like I said earlier, I highly recommend that you read it because it's important if you're going to be out here doing this that you're doing it the right way. All right, so let me actually show you something, right? So I'm gonna go down here to the table of contents real quick because I want to go to affiliate marketing. So you see what it says, what about affiliate or network marketing? Okay, so let's go down because I want to show you how simple it is to put a disclosure on your video according to the people who actually make the laws. Okay, so if you look right here, it says, is affiliate link by itself an adequate disclosure? What about a buy now button? Consumers might not understand that affiliate link means that the person placing the link is getting paid for purchases. So I kind of talked about that earlier. You just have to be clear, right? Everybody is not an affiliate marketer, so they don't know that an affiliate link means that you get paid from it. Okay, so this is the one, and this is just from me reading, and I found out this is an easier way to make it shorter. So it says, is paid link by itself an adequate disclosure? And it says right here, paid link right next to an affiliate link should be an adequate disclosure of the nature of the link, which means that I can literally go to all of my links right now that haven't been disclosed and literally put in parentheses paid link, and I would be disclosed. I would be good according to the FTC. So let me just go over and do that right now. So let's do the latest video that I did. So if I click on details and I come over here, here's my affiliate link to my product, right? So I'll go here put a parentheses, I'll put paid link, just like they showed over there, and boom, that discloses this link right here. Now, one thing I might do is I might add a little something extra. I might say this paid link supports the channel, right? So that now it's extra clear. This paid link supports the channel, and then I will hit save. And I'm gonna actually leave that there, and I'm gonna go and update some of the other links that I have that haven't been disclosed, because like I said, this is very, very important that you do, because it can cause fines, and it can also cause your audience to trust you more, because you're letting them know, hey, I get paid through these links, so if that's okay with you, then go ahead and use it, right? So you're letting them know, so you're keeping that trust, which is very, very important. All right, so let's go back to this article. So if you go down here, it says, now, if you put is commissionable link a good disclosure for an affiliate link, they say no. Once again, because commissionable, not everybody understands that word, right? So you see what they mean about being clear. All right, and then there's a whole bunch of other questions that they answer, but I want you to see something else. So I'm gonna do Control F, and I'm gonna go to YouTube, and I'm gonna go to the 10 out of 11 page. Now I'm gonna go down here because this other stuff is extremely important, and most people don't even know about this, and I didn't even know this was in here, but this was just something that I have been doing for years since I got started, because I felt it was a way to be genuine when it comes to promoting products, right? But I did not know that the FTC had something like this in their laws, right? So look at this. So it says, besides disclosing my relationship with the company whose product I'm endorsing, what are the essential things I need to know about endorsements? So if you look right here, it says the most important principle is that an endorsement has to represent the accurate experience and opinion of the endorser. Now, this is the part that I'm talking about, because often I get a question, should I promote a product if I've never used the product, right? Now it says right here, you can't talk about your experience with a product if you haven't tried it. And that is so important, because when it comes to promoting affiliate products, I do not promote products that I personally don't use. Now I see people do it all the time, but to me, it's just not a genuine thing. And the crazy thing is, it says it right here. You can't talk about your experience with a product if you haven't tried it. And then it goes deeper. If you've only tried a product once, you can't suggest you use it regularly. If you thought it was terrible or mediocre, you can't say it's good or terrific because you want to get a commission, right? It's wrong. And then you can't otherwise misrepresent your experience with or opinions about your product. And it's crazy, like the more I was reading through all of this, I was like, wow. And that's what I've been living by the entire time when it came to products. I only talked about products that I use or I still own, right? That's it. And I feel like that's the best way to go about it. All right, so as you can see, I pretty much went over here, made the disclosure from my link, hit save, and then I was good to go. Now, another way that you can actually go ahead and do this is you can actually put it in your video. So this same over here, like how I created this, I could screenshot this, and then inside of my editing software, I can make it show up right on the screen as I'm giving the call to action to the link. I can make that pop up on the screen, and then they can read that, and then that gives a disclosure as well. You just want to make sure that you're doing it in combination with giving your call to action. So hopefully you got some value from this video, and if you did, definitely go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, drop me a comment down below with any questions that you have, and don't forget, I linked the article down there. Please go read that, because I'm telling you, it's going to be extremely valuable, and it's going to change the way that you actually promote here on YouTube. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.